Hello.
Good now, everybody, and welcome to Rise Up After Dark. Hi. Hello. Hi.
It's
Hello.
Rise Up Eventually.
Rise up.
Rise up eventually when you feel like it, and it's not
Some
too
point.
cold outside, and you got enough sleep, and you didn't drink too much, and like you can now rise up and do what you were supposed to do. It's a
I
penis
know.
joke to start off the episode, everybody.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
And on that note, I am going to introduce to you, courtesy of our dear friend Keith, I'm very excited to share. We have a Rise Up morning show jingle, but now we finally have a Rise Up After Dark jingle too. And I got to get it. Will, real quick, I think your crispy mic is not plugged in. Hit your mic settings on StreamYard. I want to hear your beautiful crispy voice.
Test,
Where the
test.
hell did
I
I
mean,
put it?
that's what I was using to talk in the beginning.
No. Does he
And-
sound echoey to you, Al?
You sound. Oh,
I'm
sounds
muted on TikTok.
Are you? Well, I'm. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Are you ready to hear this song? Check out this
Yes.
jingle. Our good friend Keith, who's in the audience all the time and might be here right now. We got to say thank you to him, but shut up and play the record.
Evan, I think you're the only person who can hear it.
You are the only person who heard that, but I really like
you
that
you
little.
can tell
like,
how groovy I was by it.
I could
This
tell
might
you
be
were-
why I
I
don't
mean,
have your-
I now know what a silent O face for Evan looks like. So there's that.
That's the most embarrassing thing I've done all day. Okay, again from Keith. Here we go.
Nope, nothing.
You got nothing?
Got nothing.
What the hell is going on over here? You hear each other, you hear me, you don't hear it. Rise Up After
I can
Dark.
hear them, but people can't hear Will or me.
People
I don't
can't hear
think.
me.
Okay. Forget it. The cold open is my weird, awkward jiving. I will get it fixed during the show, and we will play it as the outro, the debut of the Rise Up After Dark theme song. Oh my gosh.
I don't think they can hear me or Will.
Yeah. Can you guys hear us at all?
No, they can't. They cannot.
Let me
No
refigure
sound.
something.
Guys,
Let me
what do you
refigure
think
one
about-
thing.
But what do you think about Sage Crypto? If I yell loud enough, will they hear me about Sage
Don't yell.
Crypto?
They can hear you now. I'm sure they can. Tell me you can hear Will. Put a bunch of crispy
Hello.
voices in the chat. Give me something.
Test
Give me
that.
something, and while I wait for your
Something.
response,
Hey, baby.
There we go. All right, we're good.
I'm gonna reset the
I'm
show.
gonna
pretend
go
like
out
none of it happened.
whining down you. I'm gonna give you a juicy steak. I'm gonna walk you out on the town, and then I'm gonna
Throw you in the
tuck
lake.
you- I'm gonna tuck you in and sing you a bedtime story, and it's gonna be lovely and sweet and innocent. Hello, everyone.
And on that note, now you got it, right?
All right, I can hear his crazy voice. Beautiful, lovely.
No, Evan. It's literally just you with the music.
Are you serious?
What?
I'm dead.
They
ass.
say.
couldn't
They
hear it
say.
that time?
They say. Oh no, yeah, we literally cannot hear the song.
No.
I don't know what's going on. What a shame.
You guys, I don't know what's going on with you guys. Everyone on the stream can hear it. I know you can hear it. Neil cried twice today.
Neil
Forget
cried
about it.
That's.
I've tried
tough,
3
man.
times to do a theme song, and Neil's crying over here. What do you say, guys? Should we give an After Dark show?
Yes.
Cheers.
Nah, shut it down. Turn it off.
Well, this is the show. We've got
Thanks for
altcoin picks
coming.
from the community to research, and we'll walk you through it. Will's got the board right behind him. We'll show you in a second. But if you've got a question, something you want to hear, like our friend asking about Sage Galaxy, which, spoiler alert, it's a from me.
yeah, Sage is.
Let us
poo-poo.
know. Let us know in the comments. Did you guys have a good day? Listen, dogs. Sorry. What are we looking at?
These are the coins that we're looking at, ladies and
These are the
gentlemen. These came from our Discord section. So these are the coins that we got. We'll take a few from the audience, except for Sage, because it is horseshit. But you know what? There are a few dog shit coins on this board also. So, you know, we'll go through this. And why has XRP not moved? Count of Saint Crypto, because it is also dog shit. All right, now let's move forward. We have alcohol in hand and opinions to share.
ALGORAND, Hive Mapper, Talent Protocol, Baby Bonks Entry, and Songbird with Flare token there. Okay, yeah.
Well,
we were talking
I'm
backstage.
I'm
Haven't heard
very
of it.
curious about Talent Protocol just because you guys are familiar with it. I'm unfamiliar with it. It came up twice today. You guys want to
Yeah.
go with that and educate me a little bit?
Oh my gosh, I would love to start with that. First, let me know in the chat if you've heard of Talent Protocol. The token ticker is Talent, TALENT. And I said I wanted to do this one first, but I didn't know you were going to take it to me right away. I actually heard about this token the first time on Warpcast. Okay, we're talking to you all the time the last couple months.
Evan,
about...
we're losing.
No, we're losing Will.
Huh? Are we losing?
I'm good.
Oh my god. Rug me and then run to Mexico already. I think. Well, I wonder if it's your audio set. Double check your audio in the StreamYard because I'm thinking something's off with your mic, which is causing delay somewhere else.
Will is also frozen everywhere but TikTok.
No, I got. Is he? Are you? Is you?
Is it just me? I can see him moving.
No,
around
he's definitely frozen. And good news, Will. The good news is you're frozen in actually a really cool pose. It looks like you're about to vanish in a really speedy way, like the Quickster would do. Really, truly.
Can we just take a quick second, Evan, to give a shout out to our audience? As I love shouting out the audience, but they spend so much time just confirming with us that everything's not just broken, or it is broken, or
witnessing and testifying to our mistakes. Yeah, for the audience. Absolutely. Thank you.
You guys are the real MVP, just constantly troubleshooting.
Listen, man, one day when the show is squeaky clean and perfect, everyone will be like, remember those days? Yeah, exactly. Well,
okay.
Will just had to, he ran away. Okay. Running Ethernet. Oh, Goldfinch protocol. I've never heard of it.
Hold on. Okay, Evan, there was a respectful question for clarification on why I said Sage is a grifter and his project is bullshit. So it's been a minute since I've had to give this explanation. So
Respectfully clarify.
I'll do it.
And I'll back you up with soundboard, Alex.
It's just stupid. Yeah, that's it. Honestly, that's the whole thing.
I rugged you.
Okay. Sage,
Tell me why.
If you're not familiar, Sage is a meme coin built and launched by a TikToker who became popular after rugging a bunch of people with his bullshit NFT project a year and a half ago. So he decided the good follow-up, the sequel, was going to be to illegally launch a meme coin. And that is exactly what he did. It's a hot pile of trash. It was massively sniped by insiders because he gave the contract address to his friends before he sent it live. He is a grifting piece of shit, and his project is garbage. And you're literally better off paying your neighbor for the dog shit out of their backyard than you are buying that project. And I say that wholeheartedly. It's awful. Don't do it. Literally anything is better than that. Literally any crypto ever made is better than that.
And I will absolutely die on that hill. Thank you, Alex.
I will die on that hill.
Yeah, it's.
Tell us how you really feel, Alex. That's how I feel.
Absolutely.
Actually,
On this hill.
I pulled the punches a little bit.
Okay, here we go. Let me see about William added back to the stage.
Am I back?
It says more passion.
You're back,
You're
man.
back.
All right, I just needed more power.
More power.
By that I mean Ethernet, because when I close the door to my office, my Wi-Fi goes like real sad.
Really?
Yeah.
Got one of those fancy doors.
Yeah, one of these I mean, it's super padded. If I turned the camera, you would see just thick padding across the wall. I call it my relationship saving barrier, because it keeps the apartment quiet for my girlfriend.
Okay. So you ready to hear about Talent Protocol?
I am.
Yes.
I'd love to hear you talk about it for a second time, most likely.
Okay, so no. I waited for you. We were talking about SageCoin. It was perfect, honestly, truly. So we heard about Talent Call again a couple of places recently, but the first time I encountered it was on Warpcast. And if you're tuning into the show regularly, you know that we're always telling you that Warpcast should be on your list of social media platforms if you spend time on social media learning about crypto, because it's populated by builders, by founders. You can get a really high signal to noise ratio versus somewhere like crypto Twitter, where there's not a lot of people, not as many as you think, but most of them are trying to sell you something and it's not very helpful. You never know what's good and what's not. A lot of quality stuff on Warpcast. And Talent Protocol was launched there, not just launched there, they launched on Twitter too. They've got 110,000 followers or so on Twitter. They got 28,000 followers on Warpcast, which is significant. And they are building a reputation protocol, a cross-chain reputation protocol. We talked about other people building this kind of thing. This is going to be a big use case for blockchain in the future. Whoever cracks this nut and does it first in a meaningful way, they will be like a Verizon-sized company in a huge industry. It's difficult to overestimate how valuable that would be. So Talent Protocol came to my attention again when the other day in our Discord, Moose Shaman, who's awesome over there, said, has anyone looked into Talent Protocol on Base? Just launched a few days ago. It's got a $10 million market cap, okay? They have, strong social presence. And I went and looked back and was able to confirm that, oh yeah, Talent Protocol just recently came up again because they have been officially endorsed and funded by Base.
Coinbase Ventures.
That's right. Coinbase Ventures, the Base ecosystem fund. They're leading a strategic investment. So that means other people are investing too. And they are launching their talent token. It's like, I don't know, just Halloween days old on Base. I mentioned earlier it had a $10 million market cap. In my mind, the way they want to use this is they've built this reputation protocol where you can log in using your wallet and they credential you based on certain activities. Do you have a GitHub? How active is it? Do you have a social reputational following? How active is it? Are you holding this or that token? Are you staking it? Are you participating in governance? Many different metrics of what might qualify somebody as like a valuable on-chain citizen. Did you mint the stand with crypto NFT? And it's expanding all the time so that niche companies, let's say I want to launch a token and I don't just want to do an airdrop to a bunch of people. Maybe I would use something like Talent Protocol to find individuals who had a verifiable reputation for something that I valued. If I'm looking for devs who know Solidity and I can find that with this kind of score, that's really valuable to me. And so the other thing it does is they want to use it as like a tipping token. They're integrating it socially. And just for comparison, in the Base ecosystem and tipping tokens, the biggest kind of token that we've also heard a lot about recently is DEGEN. It's a Farcaster native token launched on Base. People were using it on Warpcast a year ago to tip each other. It's got $140 million market cap, and it's really only a meme social tipping token. I absolutely think there's a lot of room for this protocol, not only to grow a valuable product, which continues to get use in partnerships and attention and adoption, but to generate returns for This is one of those rare opportunities where there's venture, so it might go down before it goes up. But if they keep building, this is a proof in the pudding kind of project. I'm tempted to give it a high grade. I definitely am looking further at this. And I even bought a little to incentivize myself to pay attention. I bought $30 of it. I converted some DEGEN into talent just so that, and people understand me when I say this. I know you guys know this. I'm not telling you to buy it. I'm not even thinking about necessarily buying more, but having it in my wallet, having it on chain, I'm staking my claim there. They know I'm paying attention. And when I open my wallet and look at it, I'll be like, oh shit, I got to research that. You know what I mean?
Record,
so
Evan, I know agrees with this. One of the ways that I like to operate with stuff that I think is genuinely cool, even before I ever make up my mind on longevity, potential as far as investment goes and all that sort of thing. There are tokens that I like to have a little bit of, kind of just to mark, my on-chain resume, so to speak, to say hey, this is dope. I'd like to participate a little bit in this. I haven't researched it yet, whatever, but I'd like to be involved. $5. There we go. If
totally.
It goes to zero, it goes to zero. But this token now lives in my wallet and I have a record that I did a thing. And that's kind of what I'm into.
So one last thing that I'll say before I pass it off to you guys, because that's my take on it, is their tagline is professional reputation for the new internet. That's what they're building. And their other closest competitor I heard about today is a company called Liquid that is helping people create other kinds of credentialing, social credit scores to make distributing airdrops easier specifically. I just heard about them today on Unchained. And I expect, based on their founders, their track record, they'll be a strong competitor for this. But these guys are out in front. They got a token. They got attention. Coinbase Ventures. I can't verify if they're moving to Solana also on Solana, but what do you guys think?
I really like to hear that things are being built on Base that might actually be used. Because while I've been really bullish on Base, there just hasn't been a lot built on it that isn't meme coins. That's the volume, the bulk of what's being put on Base. You have Aerodrome, which is great. Moonwell, which is great. Extra Finance is good. Alien Base could be a competitive DEX. And that's kind of it. It's a pretty
that's not my perception at all. My perception is it's booming, and a lot of it is infrastructure. Have you seen their gas updates where every week they're accelerating how much gas they can like process and how cheap
Yeah.
it is?
Yes, but that's not a decentralized application. That's not that's what I'm talking about. They're
No,
building, they're doing
but
great.
many decentralized application builders are using that to do other. I mean, there's tons of stuff. Unlonely is like the social apps are happening there. Machiste
Yeah.
built the base token store. I mean, stuff is happening that people use. It's like Solana stuff like that.
Well, sorry. When I say that people are building on it, like people are finally building on it. No, what did I say? Whatever I said was like there just wasn't a lot that was being built on Base that people were using. What I meant was there's not a lot on Base that would be a good investment because it's going to be able to get adoption amongst a targeted audience that will drive enough demand for an investment. Everything that I say and think of not as somebody building and using, but as an investor trying to find demand that will drive the price of the asset upwards. That's everything that I think of first and foremost. So just a little miscommunication there on my part, so my bad. But appreciate you bringing that up so I can clarify. With talent, as I'm going through their website, here's what I was wondering, like everything that the talent token could be used for. So there are 3 main token use cases. One is use talent to increase trust and visibility of talent. So you can deposit to boost your builder score. You can pay for talent names that are, is then what you get searched up by. And you pay to collect builders, which means anyone will be able to invest in the next gen of builders, scout hidden talent, or collect your builder heroes. And the next use was use talent to pay for data operations. Okay. And the third use was earn talent for adding verified data to the protocol. So if you do work and you add verified data of the work that you've done, you get more talent token. If you get more talent tokens, your potential marketability in the Base ecosystem as a builder goes up. You're able to get more work, you make more money, you build your profile. It's very much so like coming from the AI analytics space that I come from, very much so like what open source is and does. You go and you take part in open source coding competitions. Companies put like hackathons out on open source. You go, you compete, you do well, you build a name for yourself, you're able to get a higher paycheck from your company, right? This very much so seems like this. Talent, now the question as an investor I have is, okay, cool, this is cool. This is something unique, it's something different from the Base ecosystem, could really separate itself from the competitors of Base market share out there, like your aerodromes, your meme coins, all those things. So as a token, it's different, right? So how much of that market share can it get? And the question I then ask myself is, okay, is this useful? I would say yes. I would say, is it going to get a lot of natural demand for it that will help to drive the price up? Probably not out the gate, but long term, most likely, because we do expect more and more builders to be coming and building in the Web3 space in general. And Coinbase is obviously going to attract a lot of people because Coinbase has a lot of money, right? And also connections to be able to bring people on to build on Base. So I do think the amount of builders who would use something like this, that pool size of customers, if you will expand. And the question becomes, though, how big is that pool today? How big of a demand would that act as a natural demand already from users to take supply off the market, which would be good for talent as an investment? And then the third question is, how big will that pool of users really grow? So if you're super, super bullish on the Base ecosystem and you think the amount of developers coming to it is really going to increase, that would most likely have a natural demand increase for talent. Now, this to me would be a very speculative play as I'm thinking about it. I'm interested enough in it at it's a $7 million market cap right now.
So it's gone down.
Yeah, I'm personally interested in it for maybe like, this is for me, I'd throw something like maybe like $5,000 into it and just like see what happens. For some of you, maybe that's $50. For some of you, maybe it's $100. You have 500. Whatever is comfortable. Because I think that as an alt season goes up, something like this would go up. As Coinbase grows, this could grow. I just don't have a good idea what that growth potential is from an investor.
Yeah, you don't. It sounds like you only see it as something that on-chain native builder, maybe even dev-focused people will use. But is that accurate?
Yeah. Am I wrong in that?
I think so. I think okay. I don't think I think in the short term you're absolutely right. This is the kind of, I think, I think we're inventing a new infrastructure that doesn't really exist yet. Like we're Henry Ford at the racetrack with the horses thinking about highways. And I absolutely think that in the on-chain internet, when Burger King is on-chain, because they'll be there, that everyday people will use verifiable information about themselves, from everything to I exercised 20 hours in the gym this week, to I won a bodybuilding competition, to I ate 12 Big Macs, to I bought 5 gallons of everything is going to be tokenized on-chain. And they're going to need a verifiable reputation. It will be, I think, some company like this, maybe not Talent, but based on the start they have, I would place the same kind of bet, like a small, let's see what happens bet. But for me, this would be a long-term play. This is probably a 10-year play before, it could be like an Apple or an Amazon is what I'm thinking in terms of how it redefines the way we do a thing.
Yeah, for me, I never.
But in the
look
short
at
term,
an
it's
altcoin.
not going
Yeah,
there. And that's why I think it's the total addressable market is huge. Apple was once an altcoin.
Yeah, I agree. The total addressable market for Talent Protocol is huge, particularly if it expands that use case out of just builders, right? For me, though, altcoins are never long-term holds. They're always short-term. So, it just depends on how much conviction you have. And Evan obviously has a lot of conviction in something like this. Me, a little less so, just because I'm personally, and this is where we all have just a different kind of investing strategies, a little bit at least. I really like DeFi, and it really has to take a lot to get me away from DeFi or a gaming infrastructure play. There really has to be something super juicy there for me to be like, okay, I'll venture over into this little new sandbox, But this is interesting enough. Now, Evan, you said that there is a competitor to, not a competitor, but a similar project out there.
Similar, I would say similar products would be DEGEN, the token, the tipping token, but it's mostly a social tipping token. I think people will build on it and use it for reputation. I also think Liquid is another token and token launching company, tokenomics company that is working to make distribution of other tokens more compliant. And it also is a reputational protocol that people can use. I haven't looked into that one. I don't even know what its URL is. I literally just listened to a podcast with the founders today. But it would be worth looking into.
And the first one you mentioned was
DEGEN is the name of the token.
That's right.
And it's also a layer 3 network where people are building apps for the token.
What's the market cap of DEGEN?
It's like 140, 150 million.
Yeah, 137 million. You're pretty spot on. Yeah, 137 million. So thank you. So, if what blockchain is DEGEN on?
DEGEN is its own chain on Base. It's a layer 3.
Chain on
Base. But it's on Base.
So there's a lot of potential growth for Talent. Interesting. Yeah, I put a little bit of a gamble
future
on
infrastructure play. And I don't have conviction in it. I want to be clear. I have vision for if they play their cards right and make many decisions right. A company to even, like you said, like Joe said in the comments, I don't invest in altcoins that long. I get it. But the thesis I would be betting on for this is that some company in 10 years will have solved this problem, and they will be a Coca-Cola. They will be someone we talk about every day that your kid has on their sweatshirt. It'll be a company like that because it'll be every person on earth will use it. I don't know if it's this one.
DEGEN is interesting for a couple of reasons, and it kind of I know it's not on the list, but Will, to your point, about not taking a bit to kind of pull you away from DeFi. I think that's honestly that's a good sentiment, right? Because that's not your focus. So it's not to say that something else isn't going to run at some point, but it's just hey, it is super okay if you're not into something and it might go up in value. When I was investing in stock, when I started getting into investing, it was exclusively stocks, no crypto. I knew very well that there were companies that were going to do well that I never had the snowball's chance in hell of even being aware of because I wasn't interested. I was looking at cannabis stuff. I was looking at biomedical engineering stuff. I was looking at tech, green energy, all that sort of stuff. And I knew that things outside of that, I wasn't researching and I wasn't going to do it. And crypto is the exact same thing. It's a lot to keep track of DeFi and SocialFi and tokenization and RWA and DeSci and DPIN and whatever. It's just not attainable to have a good finger on the pulse of every single one of those niches. And I think DEGEN is cool. DEGEN is a weird one because it's one that I would say, Evan, I think we've talked about this before, just it's dope. It might not be a good investment. It might honestly be a dog shit investment. Mine is underwater, but I would never get rid of it because I use it. I actively, I didn't buy it to invest in it. I used it, or I bought it to use it on like social media on base.
And I bought it to cash out. I think most people who get it are getting it to cash out.
Yeah.
The name is great, but the incentives design is bad.
Yeah. So,
but someone will figure that problem out, and maybe somebody will build an app that helps us use a token like DEGEN to do crazy things. And same thing for talent. I just like stuff that's extensible, people can build on.
somebody,
you know,
before we move on, I want to give an answer just to someone who joined us, who is new to the audience, and asked. We had a good little back and forth for a second. I just want to clarify the statement that I made, that I like Ripple but not XRP. Like, why would I say that?
Oh, wow.
Because it makes sense.
So I'll run through my disclaimer as much as possible, and I will say to you who asked the question, if this is not enough, like, just because I say it a lot, which is not indictment of you, I know that you just found us. I would love to talk about this offline in Discord. Like, we could have a big back and forth about it. I feel very strongly about this. This is not like an opinion I come to lightly. This is an opinion about XRP and Ripple that is backed up by years and years of me being in crypto. And I am one of those people who doesn't like XRP, but not because I dislike the XRP army or the narrative or the whatever. It's just like, it's purely data driven.
Yeah, we love you guys.
I don't think any company in crypto, except for maybe Coinbase or the Ethereum Foundation, could withstand the barrage of the SEC the way that Ripple did. They carried the industry on their backs. They did it for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I love them and respect them for it. I have met Garlinghouse. I've met Schwartz. Like, these guys are titans, and they did good things for the industry. That's point one. Point two, XRP from a utilitarian standpoint makes no sense to me. You would never use a volatile, unpegged cryptocurrency to make large-scale intergovernmental or interinstitutional cross-border payments. It simply won't happen.
Because if you do, you get hit with massive fines.
Yeah.
Fun fact. Fun fact. Little problem, hiccup, a bit of a snafu, if you will, as we call in the business.
As Voltaire would say, the superfluous, a very necessary thing, and there it is impactful. So there's that little snafu, as Will said. But speed does not matter with intergovernmental and interinstitutional cross-border payments. It truly doesn't. Like, the speed of TradFi is just fine for that, and it's stable that way. Like, no government taking a vote and passing and writing the proposal and blah, 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 all of the different steps to paying another government would ever use XRP for that. It just simply doesn't make sense. A stable coin on the XRPL being facilitated by Ripple as a company would make way more sense. So what's it? RLUSD is 1,000 times more interesting to me than XRP, the token.
Agreed.
The other point that I'll make, which could change, like,
make it briefly.
It's at its infancy.
Make it brief. This isn't on the board.
Here you go. This is the point. I know that it's young, and there's time.
Okay.
There's basically no money in the XRP ecosystem.
Hang on,
there's no money in the ecosystem.
Looking at. Keep it up, Alex.
$14.6 million of total value locked. It's so little that it doesn't even rank in like the top 25 ecosystems by TVL. So this really just goes to show you one specific thing. XRP is being held by holders, not by users and builders. These are people who are holding it for a long-term investment, but they're not doing anything with it except waiting and hoping. There's not a rich DeFi ecosystem. There aren't a bunch of things being built. There are a few memes, whatever. There's a little bit of TVL here, but compare that TVL to XRP's market cap. It's teeny itty bitty. So this could change, but there's not really any indication that it's on its way. Like, it's literally flatlined. So
yep,
that's it. That's really my core thesis on XRP as a token. Why I love and respect Ripple for everything they've done for this industry. I don't give a shit about XRP as a token. I like their stablecoin though.
Thank you.
Hooray!
You ready to give this? Are you ready to give talent a grade? And while we think about our grades, you give us your grade for talent down below. And if you're asking about the Discord, like I see your mom is, no pun intended, love the username. It's right here on the screen if you're on TikTok. And if you are on StreamYard, YouTube. I'm on StreamYard. YouTube, Twitter. It's right here. Discord.gg/riseup. You can also find it at the links on all our bios. And I'm going to be brief and tell you that for its long-term potential, though, because it's still highly speculative and risky, I'm giving Talent a B+, which is like a definitely going to pay more attention. We'll be watching
that's
to
the
see where
same
they
grade
go.
I was going to give.
Hell yeah. Look at us being on the same page, dude. And I love that we took different answers to get there. I like that a lot.
Yes, exactly.
Alex?
I was typing, but honestly,
You're on the clock.
I'm having a hard time disagreeing with that assessment. I think that it's really neat, and like you said, Evan, I think I could sum up my feelings best by saying I don't know if it's going to be the one, but I feel strongly that like something like this, is needed and necessary. So I would give it a B as well.
All right.
Thank you.
And a B it is. B+ it is.
B+. Okay. What did we want to do? What do we want to do next? These are a lot of unfamiliar to us tokens.
Yeah.
These are the tokens we got sourced. By the way, if you want us to research your token, we really are taking most of our picks from members in the Discord community. It's totally free to join. And if you're a premium or premium plus member, we'd do your pick first, even if it was Shubadook. No shade to my friend Josh.
But I don't know. How about Zentry?
Sure.
I have no idea what the hell it is.
Zentry.
We'll do Zentry next.
Have you heard of Zentry, chat? Let us know if you've heard of Zentry. And on the way, while we pull it up, does one of us want to give a thought on this great question? How quantum computing will affect blockchain technology?
I can talk about quantum computing, actually.
Do it. Give us some time while we pull up Zentry.
So here's the fear with quantum computing. The fear with quantum computing is that you'll be able to have computers that are so powerful that you'll actually be able to get enough resources around them to realistically attack something like Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin is the safest database in the world today. It is the largest blockchain, it is the largest proof of work blockchain, makes it the most secure database in the world. Today, if you wanted to attack Bitcoin and get control of 51% of the network and therefore ruin the security of Bitcoin, I forget how much money it is, but you would basically be spending hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars a day on upkeep cost to have the compute power to be able to maintain your attack on the network. It's incredibly expensive and basically impossible to do, let alone the amount of money you would have to spend to get all of the computational power needed to be able to have that successful attack, let alone keep the attack up, right? So that's the fear with quantum computing, is that you'll have such powerful computers that you'll be able to get enough resources to be able to attack something like Bitcoin. Now, I'm not worried about quantum computing for Bitcoin, because what you can do is you can add quantum resistant capabilities to software. It's not easy, I don't know the exact process and everything, but that can be added to Bitcoin. I'm also not too worried about it, because if someone does have a bunch of quantum computers with the thought process of attacking things, they're not attacking Bitcoin first. They're not. They're going after much bigger fish. In the crypto space, we see Bitcoin as this gigantic behemoth, but it's still a super small asset. There are much bigger fish to fry if you have quantum computers to go on to the attack.
Joe said in the comments, you're better off attacking Bank of America.
Yeah, you're much better off attacking Bank of America. There's a lot more money to get there.
And it's easier.
And it's absolutely unequivocally easier. And so that's the thing. So not really worried about quantum computing. And then we'll see what quantum computing resistant type capabilities and software upgrades end up getting voted on and added to Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin does change, it does upgrade. It just happens like once every 4 years. And that's one of the beautiful things about Bitcoin. Some people are frustrated by it, right? But I think it's beautiful, because one of the great things about Bitcoin is that you can rely on Bitcoin being Bitcoin. It doesn't change much very often. So, but it can change, and that's one of the things it should try to change in the future. So there's your take on quantum computing.
Thank you very much. That was beautiful.
For anyone curious about learning more about quantum computing, and actually she does have some content about crypto and Bitcoin specifically. This handle here, I put it on screen on YouTube and Twitter, and I dropped it in the chat over here. Anastasia Marchenkova. She has a PhD in quantum mechanics, and she works on and builds and studies quantum computers and quantum computing systems. And she is the definition of an educated resource on quantum. And if you would actually like to learn about the intricacies and, you know, how people like her feel about, you know, the impacts of quantum on something like Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto space and just everything in general, that's the place that I would go to learn about it. She's absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you very much. So Zentry, who's got it and who wants to lead it?
I certainly don't got it.
I've got it. If you want me to give the overview, I can. I have the overview here, and then I'll be brief. I don't have much of an opinion. I'll just give you some context.
Go about this game of games.
This game of games, which we call Zentry, is a multifaceted gaming platform that aims, it says, to revolutionize gaming by creating a unified play economy. And basically, this looks like incubating studios, incubating games, integrating games, so that it's like, you know, anyone, anywhere around the world can play. There are supposedly fun games. And by doing this, you know, earn NFTs, have tokenized achievements, all the stuff we talk about with gaming often, all the time. But the central role of this is the Zent token, okay? And just for some context right now, 24-hour trading volume of 3.9 million. Current market cap is 104 million. It's number 341 on Coin Market Cap, which is pretty big for what is essentially like we are a gaming economy, use our token, play our games. And this is a rebrand from formerly known as GuildFi company, which you may have heard of. This happened in 2024. They transitioned to token. And you can earn the tokens by getting income from their shared value program, playing the games, participating in the DAO, influencing the project's development. So pretty standard tokenomics for a lot of these like participate to earn gaming ecosystems that we've seen. If this is new to you, if you're an audience member here for the first time and we're talking past you, forgive me, let us know, we'll slow down. But this is something kind of common that we see in the blockchain gaming space. And so I don't know. The website is very heavy. It doesn't load right away for me, and I can't see, Alex or Will, what kind of games have they attracted? What kind of developers do they have? Who's playing there? That's a pretty interesting volume and market cap. Somebody's got to be there, but I'd be curious, you know, who's holding the token? What's actually there? Is that the sound of the website?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh shit! Do they have a squiggle, a rainbow squiggle for vibes? Like what's it did?
No, whatever that one coin was, that was the best website. But they have some interesting backers. They have Binance Labs, Coinbase Ventures, Pantera Capital, Defiance Capital. Let's see if there's any other names here.
So definitely, you know, has earned that market cap, at least with some partners and probably some attention.
Yeah, and you know, one trading trend that I did last cycle that worked phenomenally was I just took a look at whatever Coinbase Ventures invested in, and I just put money into things early, and hey, guess what? I made money on almost every single one of them.
Honestly, that's a great strategy.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid strategy. So the fact that they have Coinbase Ventures here is potential, but the one thing that concerns me just immediately out the gate is gaming coins right now aren't hot. I do think 2025 is potentially the year of games, though, because of the amount of games that are slated to come out on Beam, Immutable X, and others. So, but I'm not seeing a whole lot about what games they have on their website. They have $100 million in their treasury, $10 million of revenue generated in 2024, according to their website. So they have some good things going for them, and they say they have 4 products here, but I can't see what the products are.
Joe says, "Love Beam."
Why is everyone yelling at me tonight?
I mean, this website is crazy.
Cosmic, keep your barf bag handy because ALGORAND is on the list tonight.
Yeah,
I told him.
Algorand's
I said, listen, we might have to invite him or maybe even Crypto Chat up as like the man in the field to give the report on the ground because he's spending time over there. He knows it well.
Yeah, he might give to the contrarian view against us too, because we're probably all gonna be like ALGORAND, and then he can come on and be like, I love ALGORAND. You know, at least we can get both sides.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And Alex, you made a face when I said this transition from GuildFi to Zentry. So is there a relationship? Do you know GuildFi? Is that a gaming company we should know, we're familiar with, or were you skeptical of just the rebrand?
No. So to be totally honest, I don't know much about any of these things. I just know that I've heard the Wolves DAO guys talk about, like, I've seen these come up in spaces, I've seen these come up in conversations. So my first tidbit would be to follow anybody from Wolves DAO, from the Wolves DAO creator force, over on X at some point, and you will get a lot better information about all of the gaming stuff, ecosystem wide. Just got snuck up on by a meatball.
I'm trying. Nice. I'm
Just
trying
felt
to
something
find.
lick my cap.
What are you trying to find?
I'm trying to find what games that they have or what there is.
I can't see that either. Everything on their website's way too heavy for me, and I'll let me ask GPT. Do they actually have games? Let's see what GPT says. The metagame layer. No, maybe they don't develop games. They offer products that enhance the gaming experience. But like, I don't know who's built there. So they built Nexus, a social gateway that gamifies interactions. So like a social media for the people who do have games there. Radiant, an app that transforms your activities into an adventure, integrating Web 2 and Web 3 games. So maybe like tokenized achievements. And Azul, an AI-powered gaming companion designed to make gameplay more enjoyable and productive. I don't know. So it sounds kind of like it might be hypey. Yeah. Like,
this sounds like a bunch of just.
I'm getting super
smoke and
artificial
mirrors.
intelligence vibes. Is kind of what I'm getting. You know.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this. I like their backers. The site is cool, even though it's a little clunky. But if I'm going to invest in a gaming coin, I'm going to invest in something like an Immutable X, which just got a Wells notice by the SEC, but they'll be fine.
No, right.
And like a Beam or something. This just seems a little gimmicky, if you will.
Yeah.
I'm not really I'm not seeing a whole lot that gets me excited. I like their treasury. Apparently they have $10 million in revenue generated in 2024, which, a lot of projects aren't generating any revenue. So I'd be curious to see where that revenue comes from. Revenue is good, and if gaming gets hot, this could be something that is able to flaunt its treasury, and that is enough to get people to come back and reinvest in it. Also, is DGI gaming going to recover? Personally, any pile of crap can recover, and DGI could potentially be so, but DGI is also another gaming coin that is just a bad business model. It's a bad business model. And that to me is potentially, maybe not Zentry as well, but it just doesn't seem like there's a lot here that's really useful. And that's one of the things I always tell people to say, like, when you look at a coin, like, ask yourself, like, is this useful? And if you go through the website and you go through 2 pages on the website and you're like, I'm still not entirely sure what they do here, it's usually a red flag.
Hey, Travis, our friend Travis, who's here all the time, are you asking to come up? Because I don't see your request, man. I'm happy to request you. I think he knows this project and feels like we're slandering it. And are you guys cool if I bring him up we
hey, Travis knows about it.
If you can, come on, be on the timer, and you're welcome here. No need to be salty about it, brother.
Correct.
Yeah, come on, man. Come on, tell us what we need to know about it.
That's what we need.
Just don't.
Maybe it's one of those plays.
Don't
It's like I said earlier. It seems about as big as a project like this could get at this, especially with no proof in the pudding beyond big partnerships. Where, like, Will, you said earlier, like, you're not expecting gaming as a sector, like, to really move until altcoins start moving, and you're not looking. I don't know. Did I mishear you when you said?
I just don't really see it to really move until it starts to grab some social media market share, if you will, and that'll happen once we get more and more and more games released, and that's slated to happen in 2025. Throughout the whole year, we're gonna have a ton of games on Immutable X get released, a ton of games on Beam. And there are a bunch of other games slated. And the guys that we spoke to at Wolves DAO have also said, like, there's a lot of games coming next year, 2025. Yeah. So I think that's going to be where we're going to start seeing some, like, excitement, right, in 2025 for gaming.
Yeah, and to that point, kind of like I was just saying, is Axie still a thing? Axie may or may not still be a thing. They were obviously huge. They kicked off some stuff. There are some problems with Axie for sure, but, like, more than something like that, I would be way more interested in Ronin.
Ronin is still a thing.
Ronin itself is crushing it.
And Ronin is the blockchain that was built for Axie. For people who don't know, like, they built it for this game, and now it's like its own thing. There are many games there. It's bopping.
Yeah, Ronin is killing it. They are onboarding. The Ronin Forge is a thing. I mean, that's a new program. They onboarded a bunch of double digits
Yep,
in games
Pixels.
this year. Some pretty big ones. Sky Mavis as an institution is a pretty big deal. Very heavy in the Ronin ecosystem. And I mean, kind of like we were talking about with Hadley this morning, one of the things that solidifies, the investing thesis, if you will, into something like Solana is the demonstrated resilience to come back from the brink following the FTX debacle and collapse. And in the gaming world, the biggest debacle collapse is the Ronin bridge hack. It's the biggest hack in DeFi history, almost $700 million. I remember watching the CEO get the news, or not get it, but do a presentation within hours of hearing that had happened. Thought there was no hope, they were never coming back from it. And not only did they come back, they came back bigger and badder. And that is not something to be taken lightly in crypto. So, I'd be more interested in the big ecosystem stuff, like Will mentioned, gaming infrastructure versus trying to hedge a bet on a single game, especially at a time when every game and their grandmother is having a TGE, and it just pisses me off.
Yeah. Okay. So do we know enough? I think Travis, it sounds like he was talking about an NFT project. Travis, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry if I called you out. I'm ready to give this thing a grade and put it to bed for the next one. What do you think? I'm going to say C- because it sounds like you're too late to make money on it. If it captures continued attention and somebody builds something there, maybe it's worth another look. But for now, I wouldn't personally spend any more time on it. It's not an outright scam, and it does have some valuable partnerships. So that's where I am.
Honestly, Evan, you and I are 2 for 2. I'm at a C- also. And I looked up, I went onto their Twitter too, and I wanted to see what they were posting. And they have an October recap. And I was like, oh, maybe there's some partnership announcements, or maybe hey, we got this game, or we're doing this thing or whatever. And all that's in it for the month of October is our vault drop was announced with Aether Cloud's ATH, our Genesis reward token. And all that they're advertising is that you can earn 18.7% yield on this pool. And they have a second post about it in their recap. And they raised another $9 million in a private round to redefine mobile gaming experiences.
Which means they're going to have a heavy dump later, and you're going to get the token.
It just tells me that for the month of October, the only thing that you have, and maybe there are other months too, but for the month of October, the only thing you have to announce is hey, yield. And I've heard that story a million times before with coins, and I go, okay, cool, I know exactly what you are, C-.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know, the website looks dope. It sounds good. If I overview it and read it and give my first impression, I'm it doesn't excite me. C feels fair just because there's nothing about it that makes me angry or gives me the ick. I'm just okay.
There's nothing about it that makes me angry.
I'm just no. I got other stuff.
No.
I'm not excited enough to the other thing too, just to be totally fair, I would probably take the time to look a little bit closer, or more than likely I would ask Sam and Icy about it and get their opinion, just because I have some gaming plays that I feel good and confident about, and I don't feel I want to spread myself out anymore in the gaming things. I've got Avalanche. I would add to Ronin, and Immutable. Those are all higher up on the list for me. So, and Beam, I don't know. I feel I've got enough.
Well, and if you called them, I'd call you. I'd be Alex, you're the gaming guy in my life. So.
Yeah.
What's the combo, Will?
Well, Evan and I are both a C-, and then Alex is an.
My favorite are the intangible grades.
No.
I know, I'm really bad at just giving you guys a letter grade every single time.
No.
I just kind of just make a noise whenever I see a project and call it a day.
You know what? It works. People get it.
Okay, that's it.
Oh wait, I gotta show the board again so we can figure out our next coin. I feel like we should do one of these top dogs.
Somebody asked about Flare or Songbird, a target for him. So I'm glad to do either of those next. I have Flare pulled up. I've got
Flare.
the research if you want me to do it. But then I really do want to get Cosmic Crypto in as the man on the street. So
we'll do Algorand afterwards.
Okay, Cosmic, that's your 10-minute warning, man. We want you to get ready, get to a place. Mrs. Cosmic, we need your boy. The bat signal is in the sky.
I need to make fun of him.
Put on your ALGORAND shirt.
Yeah, or that, you know, film yourself from the back so we can see that tattoo. I know he's got the tattoos. I'm sure he's got ALGORAND on his back. You know, because it's got his back. I don't know. I don't know.
Got his back.
Okay, so Flare. Flare is a legitimate project in the XRP ecosystem, but the only time I ever see it mentioned are in the mouths of scam bots in my TikTok comments. Have you claimed your Flare token yet? This is another problem we didn't discuss in your rant earlier, Alex, but that I have with the XRP ecosystem. That is not the fault of Ripple. It is not the fault of any one investor in that community, but because of the way the culture has proliferated over there. You've been in different, if you spend time in blockchain, especially if you're new to crypto tonight, welcome. We're so glad you're here. Stick around with us and you'll learn a lot about this space. Because all the people around us have been here for, you know, a long time or a short time, and we're spending time, we're curious about it. Not because we're maestros or something, but you will see that different crypto communities have different cultures. Bitcoin people, you know, they're very strict. They're probably never going to change the code. Ethereum people, they're forking the code all the time. It's kind of their thing. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to do different stuff. The XRP community has evolved into the kind of culture that kind of courts a lot of conspiracy and makes itself an easy target for misinformation. There are many people interested in sharing dubious claims with that community that they are prepared to receive as truth.
Dubious is such a good word.
Such a good word. It sounds good. Dubious.
Dubious. I had a dubious claim earlier tonight.
This is a family show.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. Listen. But Flare is one of these projects I see all the time where people are creating scam accounts, targeting XRP holders very effectively, getting them to give up private information, click bad links to try and claim this token. But Flare, it's designed to enhance the smart contract functionality of blockchains that lack native smart contract support like XRP once did. The Flare network, it's trying to expand interoperability, which is a promise of crypto that all these projects will be able to talk to each other. It won't be like your bank doesn't talk to Bank of America. No, we'll be able to see everything. They did a snapshot of XRP holdings in 2020 to identify eligible participants for an airdrop. They gave a distribution in January last year. 15% of the total supply went to XRP holders, okay? And the remaining 85% has been like, it's dripping. It's kind of like XRP for 36 months. So it'll be released in 2026. It'll all be out there. But as far as I can tell, it's a lot like XRP in the sense that they're always releasing tokens on the market. I don't necessarily understand what they're, if you guys want to do the further search, like what is the product they're building or what is the network actually supporting? That's what I'd like to know, because all I really see are like the scams and the bad tokenomics, and it seems very limited, even though it promises interoperability. And that's to you guys in the comments. You know,
when you go on Flare's website, it almost sounds like a Filecoin to me, where it's providing developers with secure, decentralized access to high integrity data from other chains and the internet. So I immediately think decentralized storage is where my head's at with Flare.
Yeah, and it looks like they're an L1 that is exactly doing that. It's a state connector and an Oracle.
Wait, I just saw the kiss of death. It has the Google Cloud partnership.
Oh no, where's my buzzer? Time is up.
Kiss of death. Give it an F.
I meant to tell you guys that I officially partnered with Toyota for my drive home today.
Ooh.
So
wow, dude.
Not to brag.
I partnered with Pizza Hut tonight.
I partnered with Wihenstoffner. Wihenstoffner.
The show is brought to you by Apple and Samsung. Wow.
Oh my God. So yeah, no, it seems like it's one of those things that is there going to be a company that does this and is very successful at it? Probably. Yeah. Is it going to be this company? I don't know. That's it. I honestly wouldn't look further just because of the connotation it has. I'm okay with missing it, even if it's 1,000x from here.
Because, and honestly, yeah. Sorry, everything that it's saying on its website is decentralized bridging. Okay, we got a lot of that. State acquisition, build dApps and protocols that utilize state from any connected chain. Okay, we have things that are doing that too. Web 2 connectivity. We've not a lot of things that do that, but you know, at the same time, whatever. Enshrined oracles. We got a bunch of Oracle products out there. Data access for free, though. That's
For free is
the for free is good. That's the best thing on there, but everything else is like a very highly competitive field, and I just don't think it's going to be Flare. Also, I found this funny. I'm going to flip my screen. I did not set this up in any way, shape, or form. I went on Flare on CoinMarketCap, to look at the price, and the price doesn't look good, but this is this is what I pulled up immediately. I won't show the price yet, but the very first thing is the most popular tweet of the day was, "If I say this project is trash, I fall short. Putrid garbage." and when we pull out to the chart, this price action screams to me dead coin. And the thing is like, altcoins have been flying off of Trump's re-election, and we've had a pump here, and let's see. What is this? This is from basically 1.2 cents to 1.3 cents, so it's gone up 10%. But when we zoom out all time, like it's
okay. Well, listen to this. Here's some context from the comments, but I don't think it's going to change your mind. They say the initial flare price isn't fair, though. This is your mom. Your mom says the initial flare price isn't fair. There was an IOU with a super small supply. What do you think about that? Because that just makes me think.
Well, the thing is if you start out with a small supply and you're going to have an inflationary supply moving forward, right? More supply gets added, so your market cap will increase, but the price of the coin, goes down. And it becomes harder for the coin to move up in value. But the thing is if you build a project that gets adoption amongst its targeted audience, that inflated supply doesn't matter, because that inflated supply will get eaten up by the natural demand for the products that you built, if the product that you built is actually targeting a real need that exists. And if you don't target a real need that exists, your project is not delivering value. If it's not delivering value, it doesn't get adopted. If it doesn't get adopted, there's no demand. If there's no demand, there's no one to scoop up that inflating supply. And that's a problem. And that creates a small business that fails.
Listen, that's it. I'm pretty much ready to give this thing a grade and put it to bed. But I have to do this first. I have to tell you that Kimberly is in the chat, and somebody asked, this is my Kimberly, the love of my life. Somebody said, what's the future of Dogecoin? I've been holding that for a long time, and I got to tell you, the future of Dogecoin is Dogecoin. And do you know who holds Dogecoin? Kimberly holds Dogecoin.
Bullish. Yeah.
She's got the Dogecoin, and she's got the Coinbase stock, which I don't hold. It was her idea. One time I said we should just buy Bitcoin, baby, and she said I'm going to buy Coinbase stock. And you know what? I want everyone in the room and in the future to hear me when I say, Kimberly, you were right. I give Flare a D.
Yep.
Maybe a D minus, but I'll give it a D.
It gets a D.
Al, what are you giving it?
Well,
Alex, you have to give some actual grades. I can't just. All right.
He said, "Oh my God."
Part of the fun of the show is watching Will try to write down the sounds I make.
Actually, that's exactly how I would have spelled it.
Exactly that's how you spell it.
All right, you know what? Fair enough. That doesn't take you very long at all.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I nailed that. All right.
Okay, I've sent an official invitation to Cosmic, and I really pray to God he comes back, because I definitely want him to.
Now we got to do ALGORAND.
Get up here, you wuss.
Get up here, you wuss.
Shots fired, man. Oh my God.
Hey.
Yo.
Oh my gosh, here he is. Welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, Cosmic Crypto.
I'm recording live. So many great things are happening on this chain. It's unbelievable. I only had a little bit of time to get things ready to share just a few things. First off, there's almost 1 million accounts have been added in the last 30 days on ALGORAND. So what are you building, devs? On the 8th of November, John Allen Woods will be speaking at the staking rewards at the summit in Bangkok. We're all excited to hear about the staking rewards. This is going to be big for Algo. Over into NFTs, FIFA.com. Millions of NFTs have been minted already on Algo. Algorand's partnership with the World Chess Club has drawn 200,000 transactions per day and has driven over 211 million transactions since June 2020. You have to ask yourself, how does this help mass adoption? Well, hundreds of thousands of players interact with Algorand and contribute to on-chain activity. Players don't even know that they're using blockchain to be able to appreciate it. So good stuff there. Also, I ran out of time.
No, that's a ding. Like you said, good stuff there. Keep going. You're on a roll.
Okay, great. Let's talk about more NFTs, airline tickets. The Travel X has gotten 300,000 plus airline tickets have been minted. The first decentralized casino on the Algorand blockchain. I just put a video out about this 10 minutes ago. Atomic swaps on Algorand are a native feature. Native, right? Lofty AI, which is the real estate properties where you can invest into Airbnbs on chain, has hit over 2 million USD in TVL on Lofty AI staking pro for the first time. And keep an eye on Folks Finance because they just hit their first million in TVL for Exchange.
Okay, that's the gong that says that was a lot of drop knowledge in a very short amount of time. So congratulations. And before we go into rebuttals, I just got to say, welcome to the After Dark show.
Welcome.
Thanks for being here.
Talking about Algorand, there is no rebuttals.
There's no rebuttal. You're like, I finished it. A+, put it on the board. Smiley face from Alex.
People are freaking opening up their wallets right now and buying it as we speak.
Well, you see Remy down here. No, I'm supposed to be done buying.
Okay. All right. Okay. So who wants to address all these different points? I took some notes. I want to hear.
I just want to answer one question from the chat, which was, is he reading off of a script? And I said, Silvio Macaulay has a gun on him from off screen right now.
Yeah.
This wasn't planned, so I had to take some notes real quick. I did put some bullet points on it. My 10 minutes they gave me.
He was reading off of the tattoo on the top of his thigh that he looks at every time he's taking a shit.
Yeah.
Prison break.
It was professional. It was perfect. Okay.
Man, you learned me some things, because I'm someone who just kind of writes off Algorand since the whole CBDC thing kind of fell apart for him. But the NFT growth, great. The holder growth recently, or wallet growth, very nice to see. For me as an investment though, when I look at, so this is where things with Algorand kind of fell off with me, and a separate reason why I'm still not a big Algorand fan, as for investing in it myself, not necessarily talking bad about the technology. But the first reason was the first big trend it had last cycle was like, hey, we're going to be the home for CBDCs to be built on. And that was a big, there wasn't a lot of animosity around CBDCs yet at the time. It was still kind of growing. It was a narrative that ran well. And then, big companies, and not companies, but big countries just said hey, we're not going to do it. And Algorand seemed to lose pace at that point. But that didn't mean that the project was dead. So other things I was looking at then was I wanted to see if money was going to be flowing onto the chain. So, if you pull up DeFi Llama, and before I show this, if you pull up DeFi Llama on Near protocol also, the amount is low, and the amount is low on Algorand too, but that doesn't mean that I don't dislike Near. But as an investor, I like to invest where the money is going. And Algorand's DeFi environment is at $72 million. And you can see that it's been a pretty static growth. So for me as an investor, and this is one reason why, even though I enjoy Near protocol also, I still haven't bought it. But as an investor, I like a platform cryptocurrency to have a robust, growing DeFi ecosystem, because what DeFi does is it's just like a natural liquidity driver, So it just builds that money pot within that platform crypto, which spreads into the native crypto for that platform, like Algorand, but also the other coins built on it. So it becomes like a natural, hey, let's help boost the price up. It's like an internal demand driver, if you will, or liquidity driver. And so that just, to me, disqualifies Algorand from something that I would invest in. So That's the big thing I look for from a platform crypto for me.
Al, what do you got?
So I don't have a single issue with ALGORAND. Like, nothing about it upsets me. I'm not overly excited about it, but not honestly because of any specific thing. Like the, metrics, okay, we're good. I would ask, what about, because the things that you read, what about those being on ALGORAND excites you so much when we could say extremely similar with a lot higher TVL things about other layer ones? Like amount of wallets, accounts on chain, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, like a Solana or even a layer 2 like Base or something like that.
What is it for you that makes it more exciting when it's on Algo?
Sorry, say it again.
I cut you
Say
off.
it again, yeah.
When you transact, it's immediate.
So, because if I transact on Solana, it takes me about a second or two.
Yeah, I don't notice any difference on Solana or on Base or on,
Base,
honestly,
super
Linea,
fast.
Zora. I feel like there are a lot of networks that I mostly experience instantaneous transaction on that have equivalent volume or
Mhm.
more.
I mean, hell, Multiverse X is fast as hell.
Multiverse X is friggin' fast, man. Near.
Well, guys, Multiverse is so fast because no one's using it, so you get 100% of the bandwidth.
It's even fast asleep.
It's even.
Kevin, that was the cue for the ding sound right there.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm 3 boards away from it. My delayed ding. Yeah. So even though it's fast, like, that's your question, right? Is like, why that one?
It's just like, so the things that they've done that I think are awesome are specific things in the same way that Cardano has done specific things that put lots of people in a position to like add data to a blockchain, which is exclusively a good thing. I would agree. Like, I'm halfway in between kind of the Will sentiment and Cosmic sentiment, which is one, that's all awesome. The fact that ALGORAND has gotten people to put more data onto a blockchain, whether we're talking about transcripts the way Cardano did for student record keeping, or we're talking about, and I don't even care, like chess club, sure, whatever. It's a meme. That's hilarious. There's a shitload of people all over the world that love chess. It's a massively popular game. You're an idiot if you think there's not a massive, giant global fan base for a game like that. And that wasn't the only one, right? Because they had a football thing as well at some point, which is also a massively popular global enterprise. So like, all of these things are sweet. The fact that like people want to put stuff on chain and they picked ALGORAND to do it. For me though, like the strength of something for data storage and for speed and security doesn't necessarily mean it's the world's greatest investment, which is honestly the reason I don't have any, not because I like am turned off by something, or like I don't like them, or I've got an issue with Silvio. I think Silvio is brilliant. Like, all these different things can be true at the same time, but it's not like an investment that I feel like I'm about to miss out on life-changing gains for being on. They do have like almost 4 times as much TVL as XRP though, and that's kind of funny.
Yeah, sorry, XRP.
Dude, this show has just become like shitting on XRP like every 15 minutes.
Just the TVL.
Yeah.
Just the TVL.
And not on purpose. We really love everybody out in the XRP community who owns the token.
No, it's premeditated. This was
I
planned.
mean, I'm on record
It's a hit.
saying no one on earth deserves a pump more than the XRP army. No
one does. And Cosmic, I know you like XRP too. So I want XRP to pump so hard for all of you.
So and that's so to wrap that all up. It sounds like, Alex, what you're saying is, and you too, Will, is like partnerships or wallet activity that doesn't necessarily equal adoption, and engagement is not necessarily quality engagement. There's kind of a lack of differentiation from layer 1s and layer 2s. Cosmic, what's your rebuttal to the rebuttal before we all go around and give grades?
Okay, so number 1, obviously, if you rate this bad, I'm probably going to make at least except one person. Have you guys noticed I haven't made any videos about Alex?
Why not? Is it because you can't do an Alex impression? Do you need an assist?
Anymore. than Alex in this and all the crypto content
And
creators.
that's just I'm
And I've
blushing.
heard rumors, SEAL Team 6. I mean, he would pop up in my bushes and pop me. He's
My
the
dad
one
can beat up your dad.
this video.
Yeah, he would just rappel down out of the helicopter.
You know,
just fucking
maybe
get you.
maybe that answers the question, because I've always wondered, like, everyone makes the jokes about people in crypto being feds, and I'm like, I'm over here literally being a fed for my entire career,
And you're like,
wondering why no one's made the joke about me.
it's the easiest toss up.
I'm like, oh shit, it's gonna come through. Oh, but go back to ALGORAND. Definitely be rating it a B++.
Okay, but what's your answer to some of those criticisms? Because I'm sure you have a good answer for some of those thoughts.
There were some criticisms said. I can't say they were valid criticisms. I can't remember half of what you said.
Okay.
I can tell you this, right? This shit is fast. It always works. They've been tokenizing cows with it. You can tokenize cows and corn, and it's being used, and there's no VC activity. You don't have VCs propping it up right now, and that's hot.
That is.
I don't know. I feel like it's still
in
kind of
fashion.
centralized.
Evan, you need to add.
I don't know anything about it.
Paris Hilton's "That's Hot."
It's hot. That's
I
hot.
feel like that is a super applicable sound for the board.
Okay,
know what?
that's hot is going on the board. I'm also going to add, tell me why.
Yes.
You know,
Also
my
that.
There's so much I could say about it. It's just there's no time. And I know you got their points.
No. Listen, I'm glad you would come on and be like the special guest expert correspondent for this, because you spend a lot of time here. You know, we don't spend as much time in ALGORAND as you. You were telling me about some of their plays in CBDC adoption, and that's like the steps forward are meaningful.
Their leadership changed.
Yeah.
And people have to realize, like, they got a new CEO. Like what was happening before, what William was talking about, like, there was a CEO, a leader, different vision, right? Stacey Warren took it over. You know, they had to go through the typical Maslow's hierarchy of development, right? Norming stage, forming stage, all that stuff. And they've really worked to get things into place. Marketing was probably their biggest challenge, and they fixed it by bringing that guy from Android. We've seen a lot of cool videos come out through them. We know the technology is good. The technology is freaking stellar. It just works, and it works super fast. You could take the whole Pokemon arena and put it on there. Every single card is an NFT, and the thing would run just fine. I think the biggest problem was in marketing, and I think they're really starting to fix that. And like I said, there's no VCs. There's not a lot of games being played, and the market always finds the bottom and then reverses.
Well said. Okay, and you would give it a B++, you said?
Plus.
B+++. Okay. I would give it I'd probably give it a B-.
I think
because I'd wait and see. Where you go?
Yeah, I would actually also give ALGORAND a B-. I think the tech is a B+. I think as an investment for me, it's a B- though.
It might be
Honestly,
a C for me as an investment.
That's where I'm at with it. As an investment, though, but the thing is like,
I don't know. It's gonna pump, man.
By the way, like,
everything can turn around. Everything and anything can pump. Most projects out that do pump don't have good tech. ALGORAND does have good tech. They do have an organization behind them that if they do get something going from a marketing standpoint, they could turn around. I would be surprised to see it turn around. It is a B- for me because it does not have the DeFi environment. But that could change if you get people building on there, making good projects. It's fast and cheap. You could always have money go to it. It's just going to be so hard to compete because you already have fast and cheap blockchains out there, like Solana, namely. You have Sui, which has taken over a lot of the thought mind share of the space. And of course, you have Base and L2s on Ethereum. It's just such a competitive field. I just don't know if ALGORAND has an ability to overtake that competition. So I would have it at a B- though, just because the tech is solid, and as Cosmic you say, like, it works, and a lot of things in the space don't work. So
Max.
I want to highlight
also I do want to say my favorite pitch is, bro, it tokenized cows, and I'm like, hell yeah, put it in the bees. Hell yeah, put it in the bees. You got me.
So,
I was saving that one just in case you guys started going rogue on me.
dude,
You knew.
Papa Aztec in the chat said C for chess, which I appreciate.
Alex, what do you got?
Yeah.
Come on, Alex. You know you got something good here.
Listen, I'm gonna make you happy because my genuine grade for it, with all of the things that are important to me, even though I don't own any and I don't really plan on getting any, I have a lot of respect for it and the fact that they put people and data on chain, and that's ultimately what I want. So they get an A from me.
Wow! Whoa!
Listen.
Get this man out of here. Ban him from chat.
Listen.
Alex, you are now my favorite influencer. I will be sending
You're getting a video, Alex.
I better get one.
And it's going to be Algorand gets an A from me.
No, listen, I've made, in my entire career, I've made over 1,200 videos about cryptocurrency, and I've only ever by name mentioned, I think I added it up like 8 projects, and Algorand was one of them because I thought it was cool.
You know, I've done the same, and I've mentioned maybe 10 to 15 coins most.
Yep. I mean, it's a tough one because I'm not in a hurry to invest. I don't even know that it is a good investment, but I respect it. I think it's cool.
Well, read me your chicken scratch.
Well, there's a B minus, there's a B, there's a B plus plus, and then there's Alex lost his mind A.
I've never heard
Tokenized cows. Algorand 2025.
I just want you really quick before we move on to see Cosmic. This is what Will is doing for all the people on YouTube. I know it's kind of blurry because of my phone camera, but he's just videotaping the board. He's so that they can see this grade down here. Behind the scenes on the Rise Up Morning Show. After dark, eventually.
Will, if you dig into the chronicles of our grades, Sonoran said they've never heard me give anything an A. I know I've given a couple.
I thought you gave Ton an A. I thought we all
given
gave
a couple.
Right before it broke.
I'm pretty sure I gave Doge an A.
There was, I think you gave Doge an A, and I think you gave Sui an A minus, maybe a B plus. Could have been a B plus.
We were so off.
I think Sui got an A minus. I think Sui got an A minus though. But
I was calling Sui at 67 cents. I'm just saying. Alex tried to get me to sell my bag at 89 cents.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Sui.
The chat is coming in with lots of good grades. John Whalen says Algorand is an F minus. Sorry, John. Alex, I know you have a hard stop coming up. Cosmic, I know we just probably yanked you away from your misses. Do you guys want to give some? Do you need to give a final thought, and then we'll take a quick break while you do that, and then we'll move on to these last tokens on the list. What do you think?
Sure. Yeah. First off, I wanted to thank Conversations with Evan, as well as Mr. Will Watson the fourth. By the way, he is the fourth, for being really good sports. As I make crypto content, a lot of people know I like to make crypto comedy per se. Crypto 90% of the time is either scary or boring. I like to make you laugh a little bit. And sometimes I put some good knowledge and stuff into there. And sometimes, I'm a Cancer and I'll just go and rebut it. But these guys right here are great because I'm picking on them, purposely because I like them, not because I hate them. I don't know if they'll survive a bear market, but we'll find out.
Hey, I started in a bear market, all right?
I was born in the bear market.
I was born in the darkness.
I merely adopted the bear.
I made a rebuttal video to your H-bar video. Remember when H-bar pumped up to 18, 19 cents?
Yes.
Yeah, and then you made that video about BlackRock and stuff like that. I actually made my first meeting with you was that video, and I made a rebuttal to your video that day. And then I liked you, and I called you an industry plant. Once again, I'm sorry.
No, it was good. It was fine. It was perfect. I thought it was a lot of fun. I love your content, dude. I think it's so much fucking fun. I look forward to future duets where we can sing along to a song together. That was my favorite.
That was pretty great.
I like to have fun. So know that if I am making a video on you, it's because I love you.
Well, and we all want to say thank you for what you do, because it is both. I often say, if I didn't laugh, I would cry about some of the things in our world, and to be able to have humor in a space that is often very tense, is helpful, and it invites us then to lean in when there is wisdom to share. So thank you for being you, man. I love what you do.
Guys, for having me up.
Oh yeah, brother.
Till next
Alex,
time, dude.
have you got a final thought, question, suggestion, good joke, word of wisdom to share with the audience before you ride your dog and pony off into the sunset?
I got another second, but
Oh, you do? Well, then just shut up. Keep going.
Oh,
Play
well,
the
then
record,
let's
Dave.
do another coin.
That's right. We're making money here on the Rise Up Morning Show.
full send.
Songbird, Hive Mapper, Baby
Oh,
Bonk.
Jesus.
Baby
Oh,
Bonk would be fast.
well, and Hive Mapper was Alex's too. He was
Oh,
going to
yeah.
take that. So maybe we could give him both of them. Can you do Baby Bonk and Hive Mapper at the same time, Alex? I have a feeling that they're going to require some deep analysis.
Baby bonk.
Hang on, actually, I have one for Baby Bonk. Oh man, I don't know, man.
Wait,
You want to do?
I need to go look at this coin.
Okay, you go look at Baby Bonk, and Alex, you pull up Hive Mapper, and I just want to say to Uber Guy in the comments and to everybody else who's here, whether you're returning for the 5th time, the 50th time, or you're here for the very first time, Uber Guy says, you guys really brighten my day when I come on here, and I want you all to know that you are the best part of what we do, and we are here to help you learn about crypto before you go buy it tomorrow. Did you guys see that comment? Somebody said, I'm going to go buy crypto tomorrow. What should I do? That's like somebody calling me at 2 a.m. and they're like, I'm about to jump. And I'm like, what? Listen, I'm at home. I'm sleeping. Before you buy, there's no FOMO. You're hearing about crypto for the first time, maybe, or for the 50th time. You're paying attention to it again because you're hearing about it in the news. It's big in the elections. And we are here to tell you that not everyone who's sharing about this stuff is your teacher. We want you to learn from everybody, not just us, but we want you to be safe. Before you buy cryptocurrency, you need to understand how it works. You need to understand how to secure it, how to avoid the scams and schemes in the space. So we're live here Wednesday nights, showing you how we approach research to tokens, sharing our perspective as people who've been here for a long time, inviting your feedback and learning together. But we do this Monday through Thursday at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. And the show lives 24/7 in a Discord server. We have a YouTube channel where all these episodes go. We've got live classes, coaching, and so much more available for you at theriseupmorningshow.com. We would love it if you would come back and hang out with us because you are the best part of what we do. And the more we do this together, the more we say, rise up and light a flame that will attract other people to learn, grow, and become more self-sufficient investors, safer, build a better world, all that good stuff.
Hey,
That's what we're here for.
Hey guys, did you know that Baby Bonk is the baby dog coin of the people? Bullish.
Wait, what?
I
The
know,
people?
right?
All of them?
Also, do you want to know something else? It
I'm gonna need to
has
see this
a
website.
roadmap.
Do they have a white paper, a bonk paper, a baby paper?
Oh my god.
They have a Telegram and a Twitter, and they have these bonkonomics that have a security score of 80%.
I would expect
Also,
them to have
guess what? There's a
bonkonomics.
buy and sell tax of 5%, so everybody
Of course
gets
there
fucked.
is.
Yeah.
Of course there is. And
fucking
probably
hate that.
you probably have to set your slippage to 15 just to get any.
Yeah, just to get any. So you
my
lose
God.
15% as you try to buy and sell.
Oh, that's enough.
Anyway.
That's enough for me to give it a grade. Yeah.
So Baby Bonk, I give an F. However, I wouldn't be shocked at all if it goes up in value as a meme coin. Wouldn't be shocked at all. Wouldn't be shocked if somebody makes a lot of money, but it's going to be like 2 people.
And I would agree completely with you, William. I would only phrase it differently. I would say that my grade for it is a. And absolutely, somebody will make a lot of money on that token, but it's not going to be me, and I'm okay with it.
Somebody will. But
Hive Mapper.
Yeah, tell us about it, Alex. I see you got it pulled up over here on StreamYard, so I'm gonna show folks on TikTok what it is that we're looking at, and let us know, of course, if you're a baby bonker. I think that's what they call baby boomers who are bonkers. I don't know. Let us know what you think. If you have an opinion on Hive Mapper, let us know what you think. Alex, this looks like a technical document, and everyone on TikTok hates me because they can't see shit.
yeah, I was gonna say, don't worry about it because it's a lot of
Look at this. Oh.
it's a lot of gobbledygook. So okay.
So tell us about it.
So before I get too deep into any of this, a lot of my opinions about stuff like Hive Mapper is kind of 2-part. So like my opinion of Hive Mapper is 2-part. Evan, I think perhaps that I feel about this maybe a similar way that you might kind of feel about talent from the top of the show. Just in that I think that stuff like this is cool. This is sort of like an extension of the idea that like, here's a cool thing that works really well, decentralize it and add a crypto. And that's kind of the pitch. So what is the service called that's like Uber, but the crypto version? What is it called?
That might be HiveMapper because
No. It's shit. Someone in the chat. I know you guys. It's oh god.
Brain
Guys,
blast. Anybody
Here,
watch Jimmy Neutron?
No,
Demo?
no.
yeah, Jimmy Neutron. This is
No.
me trying to drum it up by
Hi.
getting ticking.
No,
or...
it's the driving one. It's literally like the app Uber or Lyft. It's like that for cars.
Drift.
Start with a T. Oh my god. now I gotta-
Tokenized cow coin.
Thrum.
Hang on. I
Poo
gotta.
poo pee pee poo
Oh,
poo
it's
coin.
called Teleport. That's it. I knew it.
Ah, that was my next guess.
Teleport.
Oh, Antoine said Demo. Demo might be another one.
I'll have to look up demo.
There have been a
because
lot of
people
demos.
a lot of people. Okay, maybe that's a thing. I just haven't heard of that.
Demo sounds
anyway.
like a cute nickname for a kid named Damien.
The
Yeah, right.
point of it was that so Teleport was kind of supposed to be Uber guy says teleport. I love that juxtaposition right there.
Yeah, right. That's
That was
perfect.
on brand.
Mwah, chef's kiss.
So Teleport, was sort of the decentralized answer to Uber because lots of people who drive for Uber or Lyft or any of those kinds of ride sharing things, they're not necessarily the most stoked about the fees and how much they have to pay and kind of the way that the system works. And there's some ups and downs, things about, when they get information about the ride that they're agreeing to before or after they agree to take the ride, stuff like that, right? So like HiveMapper is kind of like an extension of that into, as it says right here, a mapping network, a decentralized mapping network to, collect data from a decentralized array of sources and create, better mapping instead of having to rely on the centralized entities that do all of it for us, Apple, Google, etc. So in that case, I think that the idea is interesting. I genuinely don't even know, like gun to my head, if there's a token associated with HiveMapper. I have seen some of the big beefcakes on Solana bull post about this being really cool.
It's called Honey Token, just so you know.
Honey. Okay, thank you.
Flavor.
While I, so that kind of prompted me to start looking into it, and I don't know, like I would really, this one I am super interested in kind of watching the progression of, but I am in no hurry at all to purchase a token from it. I feel like something like this will beget more things like this in this genre that will compete, that might do it a better way or whatever. I feel like sort of like with Teleport and Uber, it's just not supported. It's really hard to like find a ride, find a driver who is using it and that sort of stuff. We did actually use it once in Austin at Consensus to drive around, and there were drivers around the conference that were using it, but they were saying basically like, except for this conference, they have not had any interest in it whatsoever, and there was some other problems with it. So I don't know. I think it's in its infancy. This is one that I'm interested in kind of keeping tabs on, just because I think the idea is cool.
I'm inclined to sort of agree with like one of the models I think will be interesting in the future for like public goods, like map data that companies want, because like medical data, like, I don't know, fire data, the data is so valuable. And we really don't have, even though we have so much data now, we don't have good usable data that is easy to transfer between people, between systems, privacy, consent. We really are at like the second stage of data. And on-chain data is going to be really helpful. And I could see a world where a lot of these tokens that do this now are total Ponzi's because there's no adoption. But I could see a world where people have these kinds of things in their cars, and companies like Google or like NASA even are paying people or buying Hive tokens to collect the data in a way that, think about these airdrops that people do to get tokens. They're posting on Twitter, they're creating 75,000 Sybil accounts to try and farm a token. And then the company with the token is airdropping their token to somebody who, like, that's not their real ideal user who's actually helping them or doing the work. Like, it's just a farmer. But somebody like Uber guy who's got a camera in their car and is participating in the network and maybe staking or governance, doing votes, like, it would be valuable for Google to come in and pay those people to update Google Maps instead of sending their cars on the road. And then for the Hive token to get a just, surplus of liquidity. And then if these people wanted to, they could cash out. But like Wikipedia could be run that way. I think it's probably not like a get rich quick scheme, but it's definitely a way to give ownership and value to users, to make users owners of the network. It's the Chris Dixon A16Z read, write, own vision. I could see that too.
Yeah, for me, it's a coin that wouldn't even make my list to look into.
I don't know that I'd look into it further either.
I would immediately go into the website and go, what is this? It maps, you drive.
Yeah.
I would toss it away. It's not a use case for me.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, for me personally, I would give it, it would make it through 20 seconds of me looking through it, and then I'd immediately move on to the next coin. It would be, and it's hard for me to give a grade to a coin like that, because it's not like I have anything against it. It's just not a use case that I'll ever invest in. And that's just like me as like a preference. So like, it's like this, it's like it didn't qualify. It's like it DQ'd for me. That's it.
Well, we're 4 for 4, bro, because that's exactly what I would give it. I love the tech. It's totally not for me. I wouldn't pay attention to it for more than 20 seconds, except to get excited with Alex about it as we drink a beer.
Interesting. I thought you were going to go in the opposite direction because you were kind of like hyping it a little bit.
I wouldn't invest in it because I wouldn't use it. It's for people who are designed to be users. The same way that, I don't know, like if I owned a semi truck, I would lease it to someone to drive it. I don't own a semi truck. I'm not going to go invest in a semi truck just so somebody will buy it from me to drive it. I'm not going to buy this token. It's not my thing.
Right.
Totally.
So in that vein, I love that sentiment, because honestly, that's like a bullish thing for me though, in general, as we talk about the validity of a piece of technology. Like, there are so many things that you would look at and say, hey, really cool. Like a semi truck, great example, right? Like, dope. I can totally see the use case. I can recognize that there are people who need that. I can see that its existence benefits lots of people for XYZ. I don't give two shits. I'm not in the market to buy a semi truck. I'm sure as shit not going to go buy one, right? Like, does Evan not buying a semi truck mean anything bearish about the institution of the semi truck in general? No, it doesn't. I'm in no hurry to purchase a token from HiveMapper. I didn't even know there was one until 5 seconds ago. But inherently, I believe that something like, community-led mapping or rideshare or whatever is just a cool use for blockchain. And I would like to see that inspire more cool uses of blockchain, that I don't give any kind of crap about whether or not the token does anything good, has great price action, has good tokenomics, whatever. Like, make a token, give it to absolutely everyone in as much of it as they want to use it to build out this network. And I hope the maps are cool. And if I needed a map app and this was an option, I would probably take a shot at it. But I'm not in a hurry to buy the token. So for that, I think that it's just cool as a piece of the tech that could do a thing. That's it.
Can I give one very last quick thought? Is that if I was Waze, or I was an executive at Waze and I wanted to make a name for myself, I would pay attention to this company, and then I would buy their tech or copy it. And I would use my user base and my infrastructure to do this, but own the market. That would be something I'd be excited about, like investing in. But also, if I was like a venture capitalist or a company, I would poach this. The same way that Bank of America is like got a partnership with XRP because they want to build their own blockchain, and they're gonna like poach it. Like that's what I would do.
All right. Well, I just realized I didn't save, so you guys didn't see my writing. So I wrote disqualified. Cool.
Yeah, I'd give it a hug emoji.
Yep.
A hug emoji, you son of a bitch.
Kimberly sent us a sweet potato. Thanks, baby.
A sweet potato.
I didn't even know that was a gift. She knows I love sweet potatoes. I eat them all the time.
It looks like a fist fight, but it's a hug. It looks
like Plankton and Gary had a baby.
Yep. Well, anyway, that was my hug. That's
okay. What do we got? What do we got left? We got Is Songbird the only one left?
That's the only one left.
Okay, Alex, what do you say? Have you got time? And then we'll do like a wrap up and live on air. What a thank you. Cool gift. And we'll do a quick wrap up and get our dogs and ponies on the road.
Yes. Good for the last.
I have a feeling Songbird is going to also be like a quick, maybe I don't know. Well, somebody in the audience pitch me on it. What do you like about it?
Wait. So this is the first time I'll ever look up anything about Songbird. So let me tell you if it disqualifies itself in the first 5 seconds. So I'm going to click on Songbird right now. We're loading.
Okay.
We're loading.
Oh, no.
We're loading.
I asked GPT
Okay.
about it too, so I got your back.
$84 million market cap. Let me go to the price history for all time. Oh, God. Yeah, immediate disqualification. This is a terrible, terrible coin, and I would write it off my list immediately. But in this case, I would give this coin just an F. I'd go F and goodbye.
Look at that chart. Oh no.
chart.
How long is that? Is that 2 years, 1 year, 3 months? What?
This is back to November of 2021.
Oh no.
Big yikes.
Oof.
I need a sound that says you're done.
Are we good with big yikes for a grade already?
Yeah, and I'm going to just add one piece of context, which is that when I looked it up to get the summary, Songbird is the canary network for Flare, which we already interviewed and gave a bad grade. It's basically a play to extend the usability of Flare. It's a developer thing. It's hyper niche.
I agree with
Flare.
the rapid fire onslaught of assessment from the crowd. I see run with an exclamation point. I see cooked.
Graveyard.
It's dead. Another disqualify. That's horrible. Graveyard.
Big yikes.
All of the above. Big yikes. The biggest yikes. Will, you know what this means? I think that means that this one gets my no for the night.
Oh, that's right. We have to have at
Wow.
least one, don't we?
That gets your no for the night.
I haven't had a no yet.
Yeah, it gets I would just be an underscore on Alex's no, and your big yikes.
Mm-hmm. Josh
That's it.
says
That's my
huge
grade.
buying opportunity. Amen,
Huge
brother.
buy.
Amen.
Good luck and Godspeed.
Oh my gosh. What are A tokens then? Hey, if you have questions about previous tokens we've done, like I think haven't we done Akash Network on a previous episode, for example?
We
I've
have.
seen some for that.
We have done a
We have a whole playlist on our YouTube channel, which is listed right here. If you're watching on YouTube already, you can find it at the Rise Up After Dark playlist, where we have interviewed past altcoins, Akash being one of them. You can see in the descriptions for the episodes which tokens we reviewed, what we gave grades to. We've given A grades to several tokens, and our grading system is really based on whether or not me personally, Alex personally, Will personally would pay attention to it as something worth more time, attention, would consider investing in it. And then, you know, our goal here is to kind of break down. We honestly didn't go into the weeds on this is what we're looking at and why tonight. But usually we really like to break down the tools we use, the knowledge, relationships, or experience that help us arrive at these grades. So you can build for yourself a strategy. You'll see what you like from us, see what you don't like, learn a little about everything.
Yep.
Do you want to do a pick of the night, or just go around and give final thoughts? Because I don't know that I have a pick tonight.
I don't really
Of the
have
night.
final
Maybe
thoughts.
Talent Protocol
I
would
mean,
be
it'd
my
be
pick.
talent. It'd be talent protocol.
It'd be talent. Yeah.
It'd be talent protocol.
Alex,
for me,
would your
but
pick of the night be Algorand?
No, it wouldn't.
You gave it an A.
Even though you gave it an A. Yeah.
I
So
get
you
it.
you just couldn't give it the real grade. You couldn't look cosmic in his sweet, adorable, innocent eyes. You
It
give
was-
him a bad grade right
It
in
was
front of his
like
face.
looking at a puppy and being asked to slap it in the face. No, I think I sufficiently disclaimed why I gave it an A, despite the fact that I don't hold it and have no plans to ever hold it.
Well,
I
you
think
made
if I had-
Cosmic sad now.
If I had to do a pick, I would give it to the one that I find like intriguing, that I don't really know anything about, that I would like to at least give phase one of, you know, the research process, and that would be Zentry. I just don't know anything about it. The website is like
That's right.
beefy and looks like someone put a lot into it. I texted Derek and he told me that Sparksy had a big bull post for them. He doesn't know much about them, hasn't looked into it too deeply yet, which I said, honestly, that coming from you says a lot. And then he says they did raise a ton and they have a giant treasury. So
They do
if they
have a
get into
giant
something
treasury.
interesting, they can certainly afford it. So I would probably take a peek and look a little bit deeper into that one to make a real
Okay.
opinion about it. So that's my pick of the night.
Let me say just one more time before we get to final thoughts that if you want to see those past episodes and you're on TikTok, let me be very clear. They're right here. I know it says live with Hadley Stern. That was from this morning. I just haven't updated it. I suffer from a lack of executive function and we got a lot of stuff to do. Our YouTube is at Faceless_Labs. You can find all the links for all of our stuff, including our free Discord community, the live classes and coaching we do. If you are somebody like Think Out Loud who's here and says, what are you guys goofing around talking about SpongeBob for? This is really important. Listen, if you want to learn about crypto, the reason we spend all our time every day doing this show and building these resources is because we really believe that this is a transformational way that any person can learn something, grow, change their lives, be part of something big. This is huge. I'm being serious here, but we can't be serious all the time. If I just stood outside and hollered fire and brimstone and why we got to abolish the money system, people would overlook me. They wouldn't take me seriously. So I need to build real relationships with people. That's what we're doing here. We want you to feel like you belong here, whoever you are, even if you're not, 33-year-old white guys like us. Like, what the hell, guys? But
hey, I'm 31.
I know you
right?
are. I know you are. I mean to say we have a community of learners at all levels of experience that is only missing you. So if you want to engage with this stuff, there's no rush. We're not running out of time. We're going to be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Central. We're here Monday through Thursday at 7 a.m. Central to answer your crypto questions. And we're there in the Discord server 24 hours a day. We'd love to see you there.
Wait, you're white? I think my favorite, the only thing I have to say here is there isn't a single coin here I would invest in. Maybe I'd throw a little bit of money into Talent Protocol just because it's such a small market cap and it's on base.
Yeah.
Because Evan financially advised both of us to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
You just listen, guys. If I hit it big with Talent Protocol, you can come swim in the pool.
But my favorite grade, even though it was your pick, Alex, is Zentry with a C- of.
Oh, that was uncomfortable.
No.
That was uncomfortable. I gotta say, you're done, man.
That was it. And then also Baby Bonk's Womp Womp Womp. Also,
oh my gosh.
Also all good.
Okay, so we're gonna do final thoughts. Give us your final thoughts down below. Please do get that link for the Discord if you don't have it already. We so appreciate you being here. The best part of the show. Alex, since you had the first hard stop, I would be glad to defer to you and say, my friend, do you have a final thought, good joke, word of wisdom, question, suggestion, complaint, skincare tip, etc.?
That's my routine, sir. That's my territory. How dare you?
I will just thank everyone for hanging out with us tonight. It was a good crowd. This was a fun one. It's an interesting list, and I would like to offer a special hello and thank you to all of the new people who chimed in and said that they've never seen us before, they haven't seen this, and they were here hanging out with us tonight. I appreciate all of you guys. There was a question about, what do we do as our day jobs, and Rapid Fire Will is in tech sales. Evan is an actor and a musician, and of course a content creator. We're all content creators. Evan was just in a TV show that you can go see on Peacock right now called Hysteria.
Somebody texted me during the show a screenshot of the show. One of my other friends was like, "Oh my god, I just saw you," and I was like, "Hell yeah!"
Yeah, Alex, I can speak for myself.
No, you can't.
Yes, Dad. Sorry, Dad.
And I am also a content creator, and as of very recently, I also work in vacation rental property management. And
I sell foot pics.
We
I'm
all
about
three
to
of
sell
us,
foot
all
three of us do that. Yes, Evan was just officially reached out to by WikiFeet itself. So
not a lie, it's the truth, man.
Can you say bullish?
Not sponsored, but it should be.
It'll just be. We'll make another. You guys will make your second NFT, my first real NFT project, and it'll just be us stepping into different gooey things.
Oh man, and one of them's like the lava foot, and one of them's like a diamond foot. Oh my!
Honestly,
NF toes.
I don't know, man.
NF toes. Cosmic Crypto's got the comment of the night with NF toes.
NF toes.
But if
honestly,
if it's an NFT project with 1,000 NFTs, we'd have to start making some real weird, intricate shit.
This got so unhinged so fast.
Anyway, that's my final thought.
That's my final thought as well.
And my final thought is going to be that I have finally got the theme song. So I'm going to play this fantastic theme song. Thank you very much to Keith. And when it is over, we will be gone from here and back in the Discord. What do you got?
If it doesn't work, Evan, I swear to God.
I really hope it doesn't work.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Okay.
I've been ready
last
since
chance.
the top of the show.
Yeah. Nice.
That's sultry.
Yeah.
Didn't hear it. Didn't hear it at all. I was just nodding my head.
Shut
I
up.
didn't hear it.
Shut up, man.
Evan actually angry.
That's Keith's theme song. If you see him in Discord, be sure to say thank you to him, and you'll hear his theme song for the morning show tomorrow at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. We will see you again. Until then, my friends, be safe, stay well, and as always, everybody, rise up.
See you guys.